Okay guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. So we got an update. Austin Mcbroom responded to Catherine's little, her little page of her book coming out. So he just addressed the fact that he did cheat. He was like, yes, I did cheat. But she knew about it and she was like, do whatever, just don't make me look bad. He's basically claiming that she knew about it and stayed. But again, what I said in my other video, sometimes it takes us a minute to process. Okay, and maybe she was just trying to process it. Can I stay? The first time I got cheated on, I I really wanted to make it work. So I was like, can I stay in this? And again, I had no kids. I had no reason to stay. She found out she's getting cheated on her when she was pregnant with her third kid, 3. So I can only imagine her wanting to make it work. Yes, you're older, you don't want to restart, especially if you have children, restart with somebody else. You want it to be your person, so obviously you're going to try and make it work at first, but you can only take so much before you're I'm not even happy anymore. It's hard to even be happy. So the fact that he's trying to justify his cheating, crazy, honestly, narcissistic behavior. I literally see it in it. I'm oh my gosh. Anyway, here's the video, you guys.
I never wanted to talk about this for many reasons. I think the biggest reason is to protect the most important people in my life, which is the mother of my kids and my kids. But I have been left with no choice. I'm feeling all type of emotions right now. I'm sad. I'm mad. I feel that I've been blindsided. Blindsided because, as you guys know, and what you guys have seen for the past 1.5 years, Catherine and I have the best co-parenting situation that any parent can ever ask for. We actually have a better relationship now than we did when we were married. I look at Catherine as a best friend, someone that I talk to every day, not just about our kids, but about life. She called me last week about her boyfriend, how he had a homeless guy sleeping in his car. I was just over her house bringing the kids pizza, not just the kids, but her and her boyfriend pizza. We were all sitting in her living room eating the pizza, laughing and smiling. And then the next morning is when the snippet of her book comes out, and it talks about how I'm a terrible person and how I was a terrible husband. Not once did she ever come to me and talk to me about this book. Yes, I was aware she was writing this book for the past however long. And I actually congratulated her when I first found out she was writing a book, because obviously I had no idea what the book was about. I just was very proud of her that she was doing something new and something for herself. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Catherine recently just released a snippet of her book that she wrote alongside a professional author that helped her write this book. And the book was manipulated, and she did not tell the full truth, which is why I'm here today to tell you guys the full truth and to tell you guys what really happened. I don't know about you guys, but I find it very odd that the first chapter of her book is about me and not about her. It's about me and how I was a terrible person and a terrible husband, when this book is supposed to be an autobiography about her life. It could have been about anything else. She talks about,
honestly, guys, who cares? Who cares if it's literally about him? Yes, honestly, bro, you were her life. You were her life for a long period of time. Honestly, everybody knows her because of you guys together. You were her life. That's all she knew, and you ruined it. So yeah, you're the villain in her story, bro. Hello, yes, that's why everyone wants to read the book, because that's crazy. People really like to get into, tea, drama, whatever. Nobody's just gonna read a book about a girl who has the perfectest life, where we can relate to her. Trust me, most of us can. Bro, every guy's a cheater these days. I'm serious. So so many people relate Obviously, we want to know the tea. Obviously, that's going to get views. Obviously, everyone's talking about it because she's smart. She's smart. She put that. She was like, she released that. Everyone's going to buy this book now just solely because we want to know the tea, bro. Let's not play dumb. He knows the internet. He knows it's her turn. Like, yeah, it's her turn to get some views. He been using her for views and the kids and all the family for like years, and she can't write a little book. She don't even have a YouTube channel, and she's gonna write a book. Like, that's what she wants to do. That's what she wants to do. Like, you cheated. So sorry. Like, what? Like, oh, she wasn't doing this, so I stepped out. Leave. Like, leave. Leave before you go and cheat. Okay? Oh, she wasn't, like, we weren't having sex. Okay, leave. Leave. Like, what's the point of even, like, I don't know. Weirdo behaviors from these men. It's always our fault. Like, it's always our fault. It's always us. How about why do I not want to fuck you? How about that? Why don't I want to fuck you anymore? Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Like
Her family in the book, she talks about ayahuasca. She talks about her new guy. But she wanted to use me in this snippet to reel everybody in for clickbait and to monetize from the book. Usually when someone writes an autobiography about their life, it starts with, hey, my name is. Not Dolores. That's definitely not how she started. And that's why I feel like it was a setup. Reason why I say a setup is because when we went through our separation and we decided to announce it to the world, her and I were trying to figure out what was the best way of doing it. I felt the best way of doing it was coming out with a YouTube video together, her and I side by side. And I even told her that, hey, I'll take full accountability for my actions and all the mistakes that I've made. I said, you don't have to say anything if you don't want. Even though you've made mistakes and I've made mistakes, I'll go ahead and take all the blame. She didn't want to do that. So it left me with no choice but to make my own video. I decided to make my own YouTube video, and in that video, I basically exposed myself. And it's crazy because I still have that video today, which I'm going to show you guys right now. Here's the video. The video is over 30 minutes long, so obviously I'm not going to share the whole video, but I'm just going to share a short snippet to show you guys that I did make this video. It caused me to seek it elsewhere. It caused me to make bad decisions. I admit, I've failed as a husband. So, as you guys can see, it was 30 minutes of the video of me just exposing myself. And I obviously shared that video with her to get her approval before posting it. And long story short, she didn't want me to post it. And this is what she had to say about it. I also want you guys to know that I'm gonna have receipts throughout this entire video. And the reason why I have some of these was because I knew that one day there was a possibility of something like this happening. And you guys have seen it time and time again where couples break up and there's always some sort of exposing. And so I just wanted to be able to have my own truth just in case something like this happened. And this is why I have certain recordings. So as you can see the date on here, I filmed that video on June 12th, which was a week before we announced our separation on Instagram. Here is a recording which was on June 13th, January 13th, which was the day after I filmed this video. And this was her response on why she felt I shouldn't post the video.
Yeah. So I'm saying, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, but do I have to worry about like you like saying something like after and stuff?
So I'm basically asking her like, what is okay for me to say? She showed me her statement that she had, and I was like, okay, well, I had no say in that. You're doing what you want to do. Am I allowed to do what I want to do?
No, you just say
I'm just
you weren't happy. Like, say what you said in your video. I just think your video would have been, you would have had a lot of backlash. I think this way is much more
So as you heard what she said that if I was gonna release this video, I would get a lot of backlash, as if she cared about me getting backlash. What is happening now? You would expect her to be okay with, back then when we were separating at that time, to be okay with me getting backlash or her saying what she needed to say back then. But a year and a half later, you didn't want me to put this video out because you didn't want me to get backlash. Then what's happening now? Talks about a specific event and a moment in that event to basically define my character and to show that that is proof that I had another girl there that I was supposedly talking to and I was cheating on her with, when that is not true at all. Think about this. Why would I invite the girl there when this whole event is about my family and this event is about me and Catherine's bond? Why would I want that girl to see that? Me hugging and kissing and want to show these clips. But you guys want to bring up a clip where it was 5 seconds of a video of me giving my speech, and then when I gave Catherine to Mike to tell her speech, I step away for a second to catch my breath because I just got done playing in an hour-long basketball game, and I wanted to catch my breath and I wanted to wipe the sweat off of my forehead, and then I get right back next to her. She wants to use that specific moment out of all the 10 years we've ever been through anything to define me as a terrible person and a terrible husband. My arm is completely around her the whole time I'm talking, but she says that she feels unseen. Still right there next to her. It's very unfortunate and sad because now she turned one of our biggest moments as a family into a mockery. She wanted to expose me and save it for her book when her book came out to receive monetary value. So here she continues to talk about how she doesn't feel handcuffed anymore and how she is able to move on with her life because she was able to put out the statement that she wanted to put out. She wanted to tell her that was her side of the story. And now I'm basically just asking her if it's okay for me to tell how I feel in my side of the story. And this is what she proceeds to say.
Okay, it's good. That's good.
Because now I'm finally.
So I'm saying, okay, but I'm saying, I'm glad you're saying that.
But I do.
So you don't have to keep reverting back to.
But I do agree. What you're saying is that you don't want to feel like you're being attacked in any way, or like I'm.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep worried about you.
I don't want you.
Because my concern was that, is she gonna keep bringing me up time and time again for however long? So I'm asking her, hey, if you're gonna continue to do this, I'm gonna have to do it as well.
I feel like that because I don't want you to worry about that because that's not the case.
Okay, as long as you're
and I want you to know that that's not the case.
I know, but again.
I'm not here.
But again,
Because if that was the case, if you really truly think about it, that would have happened years ago. If that was really my way, my.
Yeah, but you know how people are over after breakups. It's like, no, I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general, right? Would you agree that women are like,
sure,
they
that's
keep,
fucked up.
yeah, they
That's
keep,
weird.
they keep.
I
Oh my God, that's what I'm saying.
She said that I can't stand that women expose their man after they break up. That's literally what she said. And that's literally what she's doing now. Let's get into the cheating. When it comes to me stepping out of my marriage, I did. I 100% stepped out of my marriage. Completely wrong for me to do it. I take full accountability. If I can go back and change it, I would. And I'm sorry for that. I truly am. But when it comes to her acting like she had no idea what was going on, that is a complete lie. Catherine knew what I was dealing with for a very long time. I would come to her and I would voice how I feel about how I felt like I was getting no affection from her. There was a year period where we had no sex, and I would vent to her telling her what I needed. Her exact words verbatim on my kids. She said, just don't make me look dumb. Don't embarrass me. I don't know what that means to you guys, but to me it sounds like go do whatever you need to do because I'm not capable of giving you what you need. So Catherine tells you guys that back in 2018, 2019, I basically ruined her life because I stepped out of our marriage and she had no idea, when that is not true at all. She knew what I was doing and when I was doing it. So much to where she stayed with me another 5-6 years after that. She continued to film every YouTube video with me after that. She even went as far as defending me, defending my name when people would ask her about me stepping out. Even to where a few months after that event of her being so hurt, that a few months later, she even says, I'm her soulmate.
My soulmate, I know for a fact that it's Austin, and I also believe that my life partner is Austin, which is really interesting because it has a lot to do with my life, my traumas in my past, even in my past life. It has to do with domino effects in my life, and that's why I was brought to Austin, and that's why we manifested each other, and I really feel like...
So someone that is so hurt and so embarrassed and so unseen, a few months later that this video was recorded, you can go and check it out on our YouTube channel, she says that I'm her soulmate and life partner. The fact that she knew about it still does not make what I was doing right at all. But did I have a reason for why I was doing what I was doing? 100%. I would try harder to help her through the situation that she was going through. And that's what I thought her spiritual journey was doing. She first came to me and told me that she wanted to do I. For those of you who don't know what I is, you can look it up for yourself. Allow someone to hallucinate and have you believe something that is not true. Look it up for yourself. And so when she first came to me and talked to me about how she wanted to do it, in my head, I was 100% against it. Something that I do not believe in. I believe in God. But because I'm such a supporting husband, I wanted to support her as much as I could. I let her seek that journey, and that's what she did. Through her journey, she was telling me how one moment she feels like she's a psychic. The next moment she felt like she was a healer. The next moment she turned me into a mermaid. I was being as supportive as I could. She even went as far as telling me that she was the reincarnated Virgin Mary. And that she no longer wanted to want to use her body in that way.
I'm sorry, I can't even take this serious, but okay, yes, that's funny, but like, okay, that doesn't, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the fact that you cheated, okay? She probably went crazy after you cheated because you probably tried to gaslight her at first. No, remember like Tana Mojo said, like, she found a lipstick in his car and he was like, that's Tana's. And then Tana was like, yeah, that wasn't mine, but I just said it was. We go crazy. And honestly, I don't blame her. Like, she's probably so crazy right now. Yes, because of you. Yes, I don't care if she wants to be a mermaid. Isn't that what you made her crazy, bro? That it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen to all of us if we keep fucking with these men. We're gonna go crazy. Yes, because you gaslight us. A girl could be like up in your apartment bedroom, blah blah, and you will tell us that was a ghost. Like, what? Yes, we're gonna go crazy. What in the world?
You guys put yourself in my shoes, and if your significant other told you that they were the Virgin Mary and no longer wanted to have sex with you, what would you do? So as she was getting more connected to the spiritual side, we started growing further apart. And it was really sad because our conversations were only about spirituality and I couldn't relate. And it got so bad to the point where she was doing it once a month. She became addicted. Usually people do it once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times in their entire life, but she was doing it once a month. And this is where, during this process and her going out, traveling and going on retreats, she found somebody. And I came across their messages and I didn't know what to make of it. I couldn't comprehend it. I couldn't understand it. Their messages and I didn't know what to make of it. I couldn't comprehend it. I couldn't understand it. But she told me that they were friends that met through their spiritual journey. I took her word and believed her because I had no idea what it meant. What does that mean? It started to show that this is somebody that she was connecting with. When you guys found out, I found out way before then. Get a divorce and we go our separate ways. Her new partner moves in with her. Spiritual journey gets worse. I know you guys know before, when she was living with her, she would away from me, away from the kids, and outside of the house, where she would go to a professional. I'm sure you heard of Linnell. Catherine got her own spot and she was living with her boyfriend. She decided to take Linnell's business away from her clientele, and decided to do the ceremonies and her hosting them at her house, in her home where my kids lay their head. And it got so bad. I promised myself I wasn't even crying in this video because I'm just angry. It got so bad to the point where good friends of hers came to me and Catherine forced them to do it, just like she forced me many of times, but I turned it down because I didn't believe in it. She forced her friends to do it. Me very concerned because they didn't have a good experience with their. And they said, Austin, I'm very concerned, not only for Catherine, but for your kids, because this is where they sometimes sleep. And she has random people that come in and out of her house that she doesn't know, that are all participating in this instance together, that are all hallucinating and having all different types of experiences, that this is not a safe environment. Somehow they found someone in Brazil to help them this Iowa, and they've been hosting these ceremonies for the past year at Catherine's house where my kids lay their head. I knew I really only had two options. Either get full custody of the kids, or I spend more time with them to protect them. I've shown so much love to that woman. Hear that she is also educating my kids on what I is, and that she is telling me that soon they will be able to experience if they want. And the reason why that is so scary is because here is a photo of all of them in Catherine's house experiencing the journey that they had together. And this boy right here is only 12 years old doing, mind you, no one here is a professional. No one here has studied for years and years. I don't know if you guys know how dangerous that is, but all it takes is for one bad experience and it changes all of our lives. I most definitely was always going to protect her in her spiritual journey, regardless if I felt my kids were unsafe. All that being said, I believe that everything happens for a reason. She continues her spiritual journey. I hope that she can figure out how to do it away from the house and away from the kids. Our dynamic will no longer be the same. I hope you guys understand that. Very difficult for me to be there for her like I was for the past year and a half. Obviously, nothing will change when it comes to me being a father. I'm gonna move forward and focus on myself. I am in a completely new chapter of my life.
Okay, so obviously that whole stuff with whatever's going on, I don't even know what they're on or what they're doing. I don't know anything about that, but I do find it like he's good. Like he's good. He knows the internet. Like he's good. Like Catherine was coming out about a book about him cheating. Now this is where he's gonna play this card about like, okay, like the children aren't safe, like trying to get the attention off the fact that he did her so wrong and that she probably like went crazy a little bit. Yes, because yes, I get it. Now if he's really concerned about the kids, that's something like get custody of the children, whatever, do what you have to do in that sense. But the whole point is he's even making this is because people are like, wow, you're so foul, you cheated on her while she's pregnant. Yes, that's gonna make a girl crazy. Yes, and you're shocked. Like, you really messed with our mental doing that. Yeah. Probably gaslighting, years of gaslighting. Yes, that would drive anyone to be crazy. Yes. So yeah, if he's really concerned about the kids, like, yes, that's different. Like, that's sad. That's a whole different separate story than what she's telling here. She's telling like her story, and then this is when you decide to come on and be like, I'm worried about the kids, y'all. Smart. Honestly, very smart. Trying to flip it, trying to be like all concerned now. I mean, yeah, he could have came out with that before, but I guess he tried to keep the peace. But I guess because now she's like, no peace to be kept, even though she really didn't like go in too hard. She just told people what you did. That's what a narcissist's biggest fear is like telling people what you did, and then they're gonna come out and be like, okay, but this and this, like, they can't handle it. Like, it's like, oh my gosh, you're coming for me because you're telling people what I did. You know what I mean? So that's why he's like, okay, well, now I'm concerned about the kids. Okay, so do something about it. But yeah, that's it, you guys. Apparently, like, Catherine's boyfriend did post on his Instagram story and came out and said a few words. And it's funny because he doesn't speak any English hardly, and it was all in English. So people are like, either Catherine wrote it or AI wrote it. He used like Translate or whatever, who knows. But the drama is really starting now. Like, now it's kind of like it's probably not good, especially because like Austin can't handle a bad narrative on him. So now it's gonna get really messy. It was like kind of peace, but it always comes to an end, you guys, and it's messy. So yeah, you already know, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll keep you updated because it's probably gonna get messier from here, bro. Especially when the book really, like, people read the whole thing.